I know that a lot of people have already upgraded the version of Memorial Designer to the latest, greatest version, but there are a few still out there who haven't. So I just thought I'd do a quick video to explain what the benefits would be if you did upgrade and how you go about doing that, etc. So in the version 1.2, 1.20 of Memorial Designer, we had a text or a font picker drop down here with a size and some bold and italic buttons beside it. And in version 1.21, we've removed that, we've replaced it over here. So let's explain a little bit why that's taken place and what the benefits are. So if I click the word mark here, we can see up here it says TBS Handcut Roman and it's 50mm. If I was to, and the letters are 50mm, if I was to change that to Arial, for example, Arial, it still says up here 50mm, but these letters now are no longer 50mm. You can see that they're smaller than they were. And that was a problem with the standard way that Corel defines the height of a font. And it's an issue that we've had for a while. It was confusing because inside the text editor, if you didn't have Arial selected as one of your fonts with a tick box, then it would not calculate this size correctly here. At 35.8, it would have put it at 50mm. So that's what we had before. So what we've done over on this side is I've created this same drop down. So this has got all my fonts installed on the computer. And it's also got a height here and it's got a bold and italic button. More about that later on. So if I go back to my Arial and I just make it back to the Handcut Roman, then we can see that the Handcut Roman gives us a letter height of 50. If I now change this to Arial, for example, let's go and find Arial. Then what this drop down does is it automatically adjusts the height of the letter so that it does create a 50mm high letter. We can see these letters here are 50mm. Up here it's adjusted the height to make it 69.832, which is whatever the scaling factor is that's required to make Arial the right size. So if I remove that toolbar, like so, then you can now see that by just choosing the fonts here, I can adjust the lettering height and it will work everything out for me. If I go back to my TBS Handcut Roman, if I want to take an individual letter, so let's say for example I wanted to make the letter M a larger letter, then I can double click the text and then highlight this letter here. And at this point I can then say, right, well, let's make this letter 55mm. And it will now make that individual letter a larger size than the rest of the inscription. Now previously we had to do that using the, if I just pop back to here, we were using this size up, size down, etc. And it worked, but it wasn't really ideal. So we've taken that information and we can now just select an individual letter and make the size whatever size we're actually after. You'll also notice that underneath the Handcut Roman, when I've selected a letter, it's given me a little down arrow. And this little down arrow is to choose different variations on individual letters. Now, not every letter has a variant, but for example, on a hand-cut letter A, you might find that the letter cutter put a flat top on it rather than a point. So I've implemented the ability to have a flat-topped A or a stylistic A. The R has got a variety of different shapes. So we've got a letter R with a curved leg, a letter R where the leg drops down below the line, or just the standard letter R with a straight leg. So I've been implementing different variants of letters so that you hopefully we can find any Roman letter and take any hand-cut font and replicate what the hand cutter actually did when they created that letter. So if you've got fonts or if you've got a hand cutter that had a different style of R, for example, let me know and I can work out and create a new style for you, should that be necessary. So one of the other things we've done is implement new designs, new memorial shapes, etc. And that's being added to on a regular basis. So if you want to go onto the Facebook community, you'll see that people are adding to that on a fairly regular basis. But we try and roll these into a single upgrade each year. So you'll just get those. If you don't get them on the Facebook page, you'll get them as you're going along each year on the updates. So if I just go to my import directory, then you can now see that under my memorial shapes I've got a folder called CJs, and if I just pop that up there, so you can see we've added some CJs designs in. As and when people ask for more of those designs to be created, we will do, but just let us know, we'll create designs and then we can get them out to everybody. But it generally tends to work best if we can work from an actual drawing. But if you've got a photograph of the memorial with the carvings on it, then we can obviously bring more information in. So there's a lot more designs there. There's also been additions into the memorial designs. So inside here we've got some more designs further down here with coloured bits and pieces. But again, just shout and we'll get those over to you. If you get the upgrade, you get all those, or just keep track of the Memorial Designer community page. Lee's been doing a great job of getting designs up onto there as and when we have them.